Go shorty, it's your birthday.
Hey,
We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip a party like it's your birthday. We don't give a fuck because it's your birthday.
Ooh.
What's up, guys? We're dreamers, we're moms, and welcome to the Mommy Artist Podcast. Now let's get creatively unhinged. What's up, guys, and welcome to a very special episode of the Mommy Artist Podcast. As you're watching this, I'm actually turning 40 years old. I'm actually on a plane to Vegas going to celebrate turning 40 with my best friends and my family. And it is such a special time for me because I think turning 40 was like going hand in hand with this podcast and my whole like evolution of who I've become in the last year. And I just wanted to talk about it and kind of do a podcast of gratitude and thankfulness, and just wanted you guys to hear a little bit more about my story. First, I just wanted to talk about some of the guests that I've had on this season. I wrote a list of them down, so I'm going to just go through. I remember my first episode that I aired was Kristen, and I had met her through being a homeroom mom. First, we connected just like as people, and then we were like, oh, you're creative, I'm creative, and then we connected as creatives.
So I ask this kind of questions, but I think that for me makes my style great because ultimately I'm not living there. This is my brand. You know, it's their brand. So I want to know that. And so I'll bring my my earthiness and all that, it's signature for sure, and that masculine bend, but it needs to speak to them where it's like, I've heard this so many times. And I think that's why I say, you know, it's right when it feels like home, because a lot of people said, I've had this house for 10 years and it finally feels like mine. Mm-hmm. That's the best feeling. That is my chef's kiss to my design.
That friendship, although we don't talk every day, she has so much of an impact on me that she doesn't know. So Kristen, if you're watching this, thank you for that. Thank you for being strong. And thank you for just coming on my podcast, even though you didn't know what it was and it was new. And I just have so much gratitude, and I'm so thankful for you. And then Britt, the muralist, you amaze me every single day.
I didn't actually physically paint until I think it was 7 months after she was born. So yeah, it definitely took a lot more time than I expected. I thought it was going to be like 3 months and get right back to it. And then you have a baby and it's like totally, just different and amazing, but different than you expected. The first time I painted, it was rough, but then that was around the time that I started feeling ready to paint, and just kind of getting that like tension was building up in me. Like I'm seeing people doing all these things. I'm starting to get a little bit like jealous, but not in a way, like that's not even the right word, because I love every minute I get to spend with Elsie, and I'm grateful that I got that time of just one-on-one. But yeah, you start going a little bit crazy, like that you need to have that outlet, and that I started feeling really bad about my artwork. Like I wasn't connecting to it anymore. And, because I'm just like looking at old works because I haven't created to make something new, to make something, that I'm improving on. So it's just like feeling stuck. So, I mean, I feel a little unstuck after the past few things I've done, but now I'm just like craving more of it again. All within balance to still be, mostly full-time mom to Elsie.
Of course. I still watch your Instagrams to this day of you taking your daughter to work and like her seeing you create these beautiful, massive murals with your partner. It's just so endearing, and it gives me so much inspiration. And I know so much others inspiration too, knowing that they can still do this with a child. And I just want to thank you for that. Brittany, you are the most talented actress I think I've ever met. Your story was so raw. It was so vulnerable. It meant so much to me.
What I realized this time coming back to it is that it's not even just about like telling a story and being on stage and like the magic of that. It's also just like the community of a cast. There's nothing like it. Do kind of think that we benefited because we're the same generation. I think we benefited from not having all the social media at the same time. You know what I mean? Like there's not a bunch of recordings of us in college and stuff.
I would die. I am in awe of you. I'm kind of like you were like my dream, kind of what I wanted to be when I grew up, and just to be able to interview you, it filled my cup so much, and it just and that you were even what willing to talk to me. I mean, honestly, meant so much to me. So I thank you so much for that, and for sharing your art with me and sharing your story with me. My next one is Jeannie DeLeon.
High school age students, they're coming in and they're not sure which direction they want to go. They're not entirely sure who they want to be yet. And one of the things that I really like about theater, first of all, is that it puts people together in the same room with a common goal who would not sit together at the cafeteria table.
Absolutely right.
And it puts them in the same place, like I said, with a common goal so that they can experience, just get a taste of what life is like in somebody else's shoes. And I think that there's something very powerful in that. And I think that as they make those decisions about who they are and how they want to be, that the confidence that comes with testing that out in a safe space is it. You were talking about theater being sacred. It can be a sacred space. I think that there is something very important and grounding in that. And that's my favorite thing about teaching.
We all know that was an emotional episode for me. My first mentor, my first person who told me that I was creative and that I could do this, and just meeting you again after, 30 years and no time had passed. And then your daughter coming on the show was just such a special moment to me, and a moment that I will always treasure. And I'll never forget that, and I thank you so much for that, and that really shaped the whole trajectory of my show, and I just want you to know how important you are and how important that was to me, so thank you so much for that. Catherine. Mary Kill, Garth Brooks, Taylor Swift, Dolly Parton.
Wow.
I know, I'm sorry.
This is a great question. I'm going to Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Marry Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Kill
Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, I might go the same way. Or it's like I would definitely do the first one with Taylor Swift.
I mean, and especially with this week, I'm like, should I marry Taylor Swift?
I know, you're right. Marriage is on the table.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
I had to think
Taylor.
about it. But I think,
Taylor, if you're watching, congratulations.
I think that's my final answer.
I would shake down to a phone, mad light flash through my window, and thunder loud enough to rattle the panes. It may be hard to believe it, 'cause most of the time we need it.
Okay, going to your show was one of the highlights of my Mommy Artist podcast career. Okay, I thought I was something very special when they were like, "Yeah, just come backstage." And I brought my little mics, and it was my first on-site interview, and it was so special, and you were so cool and so down to earth, and I was just in awe of you and how you were able to speak to the crowd and perform your music and still have your motherhood side and still, mothering all the while. And I'm grateful for you because you are just so amazing. And I look up to you and I'm like, oh my gosh, you can do anything you want to if you put your mind to it. So thank you, Catherine. And I hope to go to another show soon. Okay, Christina and Lindsay. Very special, dear friends to me still to this day. Literally glimmers of light in this universe that not very many people have or even come across. And I am so lucky to have you guys as friends.
I think since becoming a mom, it fulfilled all of the potential I knew that I had. Of course, we all fantasize, I'm going to grow up and have the white picket fence and have my husband and my kids, right? But actually doing it where you really get to express what's going on. Everything I do is going to stick with them. It's going to mold them. It's going to make them who they are, right? There's so much that goes into it. It's messy and it looks different every single day. And you know what? That's why there's not a manual or a book that we can read on how to raise children, because
every day is different for
Every day is different,
single
and every
child.
child is different.
Side by Side We Shine is a book that I came up with. We have 6 colors in the rainbow, right? Like which color is the boldest and the brightest? And like the rainbow wouldn't exist without that color. There's not one. Like they are all equal.
Your conversations mean everything to me. Christina, I am so excited about your book. I can't wait to read it to my children. Just the way you speak about people and connection and the positivity that you have really shines through. And I know you know that, but I'm just here reminding you again that you are something very special. And Lindsay, same for you. We are going through similar experiences right now. And like, girl, I got your back. Like, and you've helped me. And you are creative through and through. And I just want to thank you for being there and being a friend to me. And I'm just so grateful for the both of you. Beth is next.
From it. I actually had a friend come over last week, and obviously my art is just laid out for everyone that comes in. So she was like, "That one looks like the inside of my brain." I was like, "That's what I did." I was like, because it's like the scribble, like
Yes.
I was like, basically, that's my anxiety on canvas.
Oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
she was like, "Well, that's my brain." I was like, "I'm glad we relate."
Just recently went to one of Beth's shows. I bought one of her artworks. Also going through a similar experience as me. Also someone I've called crying to, having only met once. And I just want to thank you for one, coming on the podcast, being vulnerable with me, saying yes to doing that, and then extending that friendship to something more. You know, you're my girl and I love your art. It's so, you know, chaotic in the best way. And it's so, I'm drawn to it because it speaks to me. So thank you for that. Meredith and Michelle.
I used to be oil painter, and then I switched to watercolors because I had a baby that was waking up from naps all the time, and I had to pull myself away from my art. And so that was hard.
Snack time Picasso.
Yes, I was just stealing moments. And so changing those mediums to water based, I started to create all these layers of a painting.
Oh, that's
and that's when I
interesting
started to, yes. And so memory and like all this like psychology stuff was woven into even my landscapes and my wildlife paintings. But I don't know. I think nature's always been there, but switching from figures to like landscapes and wildlife, that happened right around when I had kids, which is interesting.
My husband and I on the weekends were big estate sailors.
That's so cool.
We love vintage shopping. We love estate sailing. And he had like a whole Etsy site, and we would flip stuff that we would find. And that was like our little hobby. One weekend we came across an estate sale, and she was a silversmith. And so we bought all this equipment. And I think that's a big barrier of entry for a lot of silversmiths.
Right.
The equipment is very expensive. It's hard to get your hands on. It's heavy. It's just kind of not convenient. So we bought all of it for like $1,000, all of it.
That's amazing.
And we thought we were going to flip it. And we got it home. And John and I, that's my husband, we just started looking on YouTube like, hey, maybe we just keep this rolling mill and all this stuff for the bench and these dapping tools and stuff. And we just kind of started making basic rings. We just started learning on YouTube, and then I just fell in love with it.
You guys are like the salt of the earth. I feel like you are the earth and you are nature, and you've taught me so many things about leaning into nature and leaning into the universe and finding that side of me. And I am so grateful for that. And Meredith, just introducing art into my life, into Sailor's life. It's just been such a gift. And my house is full of your art still. And same with Michelle. You are a guru in everything that you do. Every time I'm around you, I'm in awe. I love your products. I love just you as a person. So thank you so much for both of you for coming on the podcast. Next, we have Ashley.
Yeah, so all my collage art, I only work strictly with vintage materials, really because I started with that, and then I just want to stick to that aesthetic. One of the coolest parts about my art for me is just going through all the materials I use. Like, I love just looking through them, the stories behind, I find most of them are just what I feel like connects people to my art.
Yeah.
So I had started using them, and yes, I guess I could have decided to work with newer materials at some point, but I just love I think it sets my art apart, and it achieves a look of modern art that I couldn't find as an art collector, because I love art and I love pop culture. So even as an art collector, I was looking for stuff that I love that highlights pop culture.
It was so great reconnecting with you after so many years of Fort Worth. After being in college in Fort Worth, your story of going in so many different directions and then being like, wait, I think I like art. And I think I like putting together vintage pieces of art and making fine art. And now you're blowing up. I see your Instagram. I'm so proud of you. And thank you for my alien gift. I love it. She sent me one of her prints with the UFOs in the background, and it fits perfect in my studio. Okay, round top. Round top was a whole thing. I wish I had split it up into more segments. Just so thankful for all the round top girls, because I know there's a community view and you band together and you promote each other. And that's just such a special thing. And I can't wait to go back, and I hope we can chat next year. Next up, we have Katie, my beloved therapist.
So my advice for someone struggling with imposter syndrome is it's oftentimes a part of us that develops as a form of protection. So in internal family systems, parts work, we view it as more of a protector part oftentimes. It's trying to protect us from being seen as silly or being judged or bullied or hurt in some way or not good enough. So we want to try to get to know that part better through parts mapping, and we can do that. It's a form of art therapy as well, because you can almost use different colors to show where that part's showing up in or on the body. Instead of providing that resistance to that part, we want to try to get to know it better and just invite it in, because just like a child would, if they're trying to get our attention, if we keep ignoring them, they're going to get louder.
Katie changed my life. Katie is the start of this whole idea of the Mommy Artist podcast. She told me, yes, you are a creative. Yes, you can do this. And yes, you don't need to be where you are right now. You can be your higher self. And there are not enough good things I can say about Katie, but other than just thank you so much for saving my life. Kayla, the holding the baby and singing and with the auditioning, I will never forget.
This is my audition with my baby because I cannot put him down right now. What do you call a man like that? Something from days gone by, a kind of a wind blown from the past.
Like that, the grit and the persistence and the patience it took to do those auditions while you're holding your baby is something so special. And so I hope more people honestly watch your episode, because it's like they think they can't do it. They're like, oh, how can I film tape when I have a baby? Pick up your baby. Like you just showed him. And the way that the focus you had on your eyes while you were still doing it, it was so inspiring to me. And I think I just saw you just won an award, so congratulations. And I'm so thankful for you for being on my podcast. Then Brenda, oh my gosh.
But, you know, I think we're the lucky ones that have had this like kind of, foundation built by these previous generations who have then allowed us to explore. You know, I always joke around and say, like, if nobody had to worry about money, I feel like most human beings would default to being creative.
Absolutely.
Because it's like the most soul searching occupation you can have, right? I mean, it's just this constant reflection.
Yes, it's therapy.
Yeah.
Art is therapy.
On yourself, on existence, on your surroundings.
I was almost intimidated talking to Brenda because she was so well-spoken, but so humble and so easy to talk to, but like so established, published over many times, an artist, like had this family that she built together, and just everything about Brenda just made me feel like, gosh, I don't know, that I could do anything I wanted to. Emily, you are hilarious. I'm so glad we connected. I'm so glad you're my first international artist.
A 10-year-old me would be screaming right now. My very first book signing at a Chapters Indigo, which is our major chain bookstore, was on my 41st birthday. So it was crazy. Not only was I holding a real live book in my hands at a real live book signing, it was my birthday, and I told everybody that. I was like, buy my book. It's my birthday.
We just immediately got along the second we like caught eyes together, and just seeing how you took the time to write like after your kids went to bed, and like carved out time to be this author that you are, and just to continue to like post about it and go to book tours and all the things. Like, you're so inspiring, and you inspire me still every day, and I'm so glad we're friends. Professor Allen was also a huge support system for the Mommy Artist podcast. He introduced my producer Hanna and I. He has always believed in me, even when I was a freshman in his class, even when I didn't show up to 3 classes at a time and they were only once a week. And he'd be like, Meghan, you want to be in this class, right? I was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was busy. Da, da, da.
And when parents say, like, that's not what I expected for my kid, that's not the, like,
How do you
why do you
know?
expect the life for your kid? Like, did you care what your parents thought you were going to do? No, you know, I mean, you want your parents to support you, but you're not, the life your parent dreams for you is not the life you want. And you know that at a pretty young age.
He saw something in me I didn't see myself. And again, then when he came to visit, it was even deeper, because when he visited me and my family, I again think he saw something deeper within myself and my family unit, and just how we were operating that I hadn't even realized yet. And he knows what I'm talking about, and some viewers do too, but like, just to recognize like my value and like what I have to offer and what I had been giving up and what I had been not expressing for so long with, my marriage and raising children, and like my lack of creativity. The second I reconnected with him, the synergy was there, and the inspiration was there, and the motivation was there. He is just the best human on the planet, and I can't thank him enough. My 2 most recent guests after I took a little break were Sheba and Maria. Sheba, you are the coolest person I know. You literally rocked my world. I truly think we're going to be friends. I hope you feel the same way.
Even though, yeah, we do embark on journeys for our kids, but it's also okay if you did it for Meghan. You know, like, it's also okay if whatever you're creating is for you, because what we don't realize is we also still need to reparent ourselves. You know, like, most of the stuff that I do is for little me. It's for that little Michelle that was getting bullied and picked on, or it's for little Jehoshua who wouldn't accept herself, you know? And so that's okay too, because you're showing them you matter.
She is so inspirational. She has a vision, and she wants to bring it to life. She wants to bring your vision to life. I'm excited to work with her personally with my brand, and see what can happen. And then Maria of Posh Plank, we've known each other, but I feel like we have made an even deeper connection through this podcast.
So I always say that the table is the most important piece of furniture in your house, because like so much happens around your table, good and bad, right?
Right.
And I think that's one of the things I love most about setting up like a huge spread, is because exactly what you said. When you go over to that, there's gonna be people all around it, and you're talking to people. You're finding something in common while you're eating together.
Right.
You're talking. I don't know. It's just, we're supposed to be in community, right? And sure, I love my alone time, but I love to be around people. And so just knowing that it's going to bring people together.
Someone who didn't consider themselves an artist, you truly are. And I love to bring that out in people. And I love to foster your creativity, even if you didn't know that you had it. And I'm just so thankful for you for taking the time out of your day to come and talk to me. So that was a really long thank you story, but I didn't want to leave anyone out. I honestly feel like I'm friends with every guest that I meet, and I hope that they also feel that way because I feel like I've made so many plans with like all my guests. I'm like, oh, it's my new friend. Oh, it's my new friend. But like truly, these women that are the Mommy Artist podcast, like are in my team now. I feel we're like together in a group, and it's like we're unstoppable. And so like I'm so excited to see even what is going to come to this because and this has only been 6 months of this. And so I am just so grateful and thankful for everyone who's taken the time out. And like I said before, I'm an introvert and I used to not like talking to people, but when I put myself out there and talk to these women, I said it a million times, fill my cup in a way that no one can. I just feel like this is just the beginning. And I'm so excited that I got to begin with all of you. And I'm so excited to see where the next year will take me.
Happy birthday to our amazing host.
Thank you so much. You're so
It's
sweet.
so fun that we can kind of celebrate. Well,
Yes.
pre-celebrate.
Well, today is the day.
Today
If
is
you're
the
watching,
day.
today's
You're
the
watching,
day.
yeah.
I turned 40.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make a wish.
Okay, make
Here
a
we go.
wish. How amazing and like what a truly inspiring journey this past couple of months have been.
I agree. And no one was telling us what to do.
No.
We just kind of like did what we thought was right.
No, we
And
were so unsure and so
Mhm.
insecure, I would even say.
Yeah, we're like, are people going to watch this? Are
Yeah,
people
like,
going to
are we
like
legit?
this?
Are we doing this
Like,
for real?
and then like I feel like even our first guest would come and be like,
No,
The-
we were stressed. Oh, you're saying they were like, this is not.
no, well, both. I'm sure. No, we were, and then even the guest today, and this is probably like what our 20th interview
yeah.
or something. We were both like, like
I feel like
nervous.
this is like at this point it's like our ritual.
Yes, we get a
our
little nervous.
pre-recording ritual.
Yes.
We just get a little dramatic.
Yes, we're like, oh my gosh, you got this.
And then we're just like after they leave, we're just like,
I know. We're like, we just did that. Yes.
but it's I don't know. I feel like we're kind of similar in terms of like being introverted,
Mhm.
but also needing to kind of push ourselves to experience like the creative fulfillment.
Mhm.
And
Because it fills our cup.
yeah, but it's also you do have to kind of like step out of your comfort zone to get that.
I know.
And to like reach that point where you do feel
And it's hard.
satisfied creatively.
Yes, it's hard
Yeah,
to do
it's
that.
hard, but it's also so satisfying.
So fulfilling.
So
I
fulfilling.
Agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
But let's reflect on your year.
Okay.
Because you're turning 40.
Oh my gosh, 40.
My older sister.
Oh my gosh, I know. We're sisters.
Did you have a moment in this past year that like made you feel so proud? Did you have like your proudest moment? Like podcast related or not?
Probably putting out the first episode and like actually making it real because it took a lot of work before that to like learn how to podcast, to buy the equipment, to find you, to find, all the things. And then to actually write an episode, have a guest, have it come out. I think I was just super proud of that because it took such a
effort and so many different elements coming together.
Yes, so many elements coming together. And then also to have Jeannie and Alan come on the show. And that was just like a full circle moment for me because when I even started this journey, I went straight to my roots. I went straight to my high school teacher. I went straight to my college teacher. And then for them to be so excited and to be like one of our first guests, like I was super proud of that too.
There's people out there who hate their birthdays,
Mhm.
cry on their birthdays, do not like to celebrate at all. Couldn't be me. I love my birthday. I love celebrating my birthday.
Mhm.
What about like how do you feel about this birthday specifically? Are you excited? Is it scary?
Mm-mm. No, I'm so excited. I think I may have been like a crier on my birthday just because it's like a lot of like attention on you, I
Right.
think. And you're like, and you always want it to go a certain way. And then my
It's too
birthday's
much
so
expectation. Yeah.
close to Christmas
Mm.
all the time. But no, this birthday I'm so excited about. I feel like it's literally like a transition into a new era for me. And I just like, I'm so excited to see what 40 is going to bring. And I just feel so young still. And it seems weird because like, I remember when I was like your age, 40 seemed like super old. But like now I'm 40 and I'm like, I feel like almost like my life has just begun. And
I love that.
yeah, I'm so excited just to see what it's going to bring. And I'm so excited to have like the knowledge I have now and the conversations I have now and the connections and the confidence and the just freedom now just to do what I really want to do. And I find that with a lot of mommy artists, they started later and in their 40s was kind of a transition era for them too.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. Can't wait. Going to
Let's go.
Vegas, baby.
Let's go, Vegas. Okay, what's the biggest gift that this past year has given you? It could be emotional, creative, material, like an actual gift, maybe like something within you or outside.
Yes, no, just the gift of confidence within myself and the gift of finding my creative self, my higher self again. And that was all through therapy and then kind of deciding that I wanted to do this and going forward with that and manifesting and seeing that manifestation come to fruition. And um I don't know, the biggest gift was just me realizing that I'm more than just, just raising my kids and I'm so good at that, right? And I like that I wanted to be the best at that, but also I was lacking this like super ethereal like creative spiritual side that now I'm able to also tap into, which also helps my parenting and how I raise my children. But it's just really just the gift of like and talking to all these women and meeting like-minded people and meeting you and just meeting like everyone I've come across in this journey has been the gift. And I'm just so thankful for it.
So many gifts.
So many. I've been given so many gifts recently.
Yes. Can't complain.
Yes. And not
No,
like,
but
physical gifts, but like
yeah.
just like truly like experiences and realizations and like aha moments and like things connecting, stars aligning. Like I just feel like those gifts have been so great and just have pushed me to keep going and to not question my decisions and to just trust within myself.
Yeah, but I would even like take it a step further and say that you gave yourself the gift to be like open enough and like open-minded and just open to receive all of that and to be able to process that and like accept it within you and make it a part of you. Yeah.
Yes, because I was pretty closed off to it before and closed off to people in general. And like I always say, like I'm a no new friends kind of girl, or I used to say that. And now the second that I've switched that mentality and the second that I started letting people in, and it was because of my own non-confidence. And I'd be like, I would talk to these people and they think I'm stupid or they wouldn't
just
like me.
You
And
judge yourself.
yes, I
Yeah.
was too judgmental. I was too harsh on myself. But really, like, yeah, that realization has really helped me also. And I don't know, I guess, I mean, really, I think it all started with therapy who gave me that gift to like really be able to open up to yourself and like be confident in yourself. And I think honestly, turning 40 just with age, you gain that confidence and you gain that life experience. And now I'm just able to do things like I wasn't able to do before, but I wasn't ready to do those things before either.
Right.
Like I needed the experience that I had to get where I am today.
Yeah. Okay, what intentions are you setting for the next year? And what are you leaving behind?
That's a great question. I want to be intentional about how I go forward with the business and how I can truly make it something that I can live off of. Like I want to be intentional about monetizing it. in a way because I don't want to lose it and I don't want it to just be a hobby. And I've had too many people tell me like that this is great and this is like something that's needed and this is new and this is like kind of like edgy. And I don't know. I need to really lock in on how to monetize that and how to keep it going. And then I want to be intentional, of course, with my guests, who I invite on. I want to be intentional with the way that I parent my children. I don't know. I want to be intentional with my friendships. I want to be intentional with my relationships. Because I mean, now that you're 40, you're like, your give a fucks are less.
Yeah.
Yeah, your give a fucks are
No,
less.
absolutely.
And you know the people you vibe with, and you know that you don't have to go places or do things you don't want to do just because it looks good to be there or
Right.
you're supposed to be there or the neighborhood is there. It's like I'm just so over kind of all
Doing the
of that.
polite kind of
Yes.
thing. Like, I'm supposed to do this. I'm not supposed. Yeah.
Yes. And I've always kind of stood out. And so now it's like, well, might as well just
Fully embrace
fully,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
go all the way with
Yeah.
it. So, yes, I think those are my intentions.
Love that.
Yes.
Okay, what's one thing that you want your kids to remember? Or like how do you want them to remember you at this age from this era as a mom?
I hope they remember the beginnings of the business. I hope they remember how the room looked before. I hope they remember like us like painting the room even though they weren't here. I hope they remember, when mom started writing again and when mom started talking about creative things again. And I hope they remember like truly when I was finding myself again. And I do think they're young, but they're catching on. And when they get older, they'll be able to truly see this transition because we're literally filming it. And I just hope they take away that they too can be powerful and they too can change their situation and they too can go into maybe a scary situation that's unknown and still just have trust in themselves and then just to do it because that's the right thing for you, even though maybe everything's maybe against you, right? And telling you not to do this, not to do this, but you just know you have an intuition and you follow it. And that's been the best thing for me to do is just follow my intuition. And I
Yeah.
hope that they see that and they see that
Learn that,
mommy
yeah.
because there was a moment before I started Mommy Artist podcast when like in our family like working out was a big deal and I wasn't really big on working out.
Yeah.
And so there were really moments my kids would come to me and they would kind of laugh and they're like, "Oh, mom's weak. Mommy's weak. She's so weak because she doesn't work out." And that was just kind of like the lingo around my household. And I really think I've changed that now because, of course, it's not about
The
the physical strength. Yes. And that's not what we're talking about. Like, mommy is strong for making the decision she did. Mommy is strong for starting her own business. Mommy
Choosing
is strong
herself.
for choosing herself and choosing the kids. And I just hope that they
See
go,
that strength.
yeah, they see that strength and they take away with that and they can see that in themselves and then are able to like, when they're faced with situations like that can, at least have like some kind of role model to look back on.
Yeah. Not just some kind.
A really cool one.
A really great one. Time for your hot seat segment. Ready?
Go.
What song defines your birthday vibe this year? Think.
Go shorty, it's your birthday.
Hey.
We're gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. We don't give a fuck because it's your birthday.
Ooh, best gift you've ever gotten?
Physical?
Yeah.
For my birthday?
Yeah. Or anything.
I guess like my car when I turned 16. I know that sounds like so loser lame, but yeah, that was pretty cool.
Okay, best gift you've ever given?
For my birthday?
To yourself? Or do you give other people gifts? on your birthday?
No. I thought it was birthday themed.
Hey, here's a gift for you. It's my birthday.
Oh my God. The best gift I've ever given.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be physical.
Just my time and effort to you.
Yeah. Such a gift. If you could invite any artist, alive or dead, to your birthday party to like sing or perform, who would you invite?
Britney Spears.
I knew it.
But I hope she's okay.
In one word, describe your next chapter.
Freedom.
Let's go. I love that.
Freedom era.
Okay, go to birthday drink.
Okay. It's going to be a margarita. Duh. Duh.
We love marks here. Okay. You can choose only one for your birthday.
Okay.
Either a big party with your friends.
Okay.
A family dinner.
Okay.
Or like a self-care day.
Big party with my friends. But my family's going to be there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Your family is also your friends.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. Okay. Is there a birthday candle wish that you remember that you want to share? Either from last year or like from your childhood maybe?
You know, I think I always wish that just like the next year will be good.
Aww.
And I just sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But you know, I think I do make like very generic wishes. I don't do like a certain like wish or I just like I wish everyone's healthy or like something like that.
And then you can like look back and you're like, oh my God, it came true.
Yes, because it was so broad.
It was so broad.
Yeah, I don't like to get my hopes up. I don't want to like I can't wish for like something specific and then it doesn't come true.
Well, I guess do people do that? I don't do that either.
I guarantee Sailor does. My daughter.
Like a specific.
She's like, Mom, I wish for an axolotl and I didn't get it. Yeah. So.
No, I also like when I blow my candles. I also think broad.
Like world peace.
No.
I'm
a little more selfish.
I hope I get a lot of jewelry.
And that's a wrap. Okay, but seriously, wish Meghan happy birthday.
You guys tune in next Friday. It's going to be an awesome episode.
And tune in every Friday.
Every
because
Friday.
Every episode is truly unique. Such a gift.
What
to
time?
Us and to you. Of course, 11:11.
Every Friday, 11:11.
We're cosmic here.
Because you can't have butterfly conversations with
caterpillar people.
With caterpillar
people.
Okay, love you. Bye. All right, besties, my glass is empty, but my cup is full, and that means it's the end of the episode. Remember that you can't have butterfly conversations with caterpillar people and that everyone out there is trying their best. Love you. Bye. You can find the Mommy Artists podcast on YouTube to watch the full video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and come back next week for more iconic chaos and creative magic. But no worries if not.